in honor of my royal purple hair. And mainly because it's been months since I hit you with one of these videos, today we're gonna talk about the magical uses of lavender. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hood healer. It's your favorite hood high priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, captain, goddess, king in the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world. And you are also sharing a little bit of time and a little bit of space with me. So thank you for that. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling this, and if you are feeling me, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. And make sure you tap that notifications bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here now. Let's get into today's video, shall we? Now, it has been a while since I hit you with an herb of the week, baby. And as you can see, I just dyed my hair royal purple. Shout out to Carol at Pangea Salon on Colfax and Elm in Denver. You always do a good job, baby. You always do a good job. But this royal purple hair of mine inspired me to do an herb of the week. And as soon as I thought about it, I was like, let's get this video done because it's been ages since I hit them with an herb of the week, all right? So lavender, 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 lavender. You are probably familiar with lavender. What I love about lavender is that it has a whole entire life outside of the witchy space. Lavender is most commonly used in the non-magical world as an aromatic, number one, to make everything smell good, and is also most often used as an agent of calmness. It helps to induce calmness. But that's not all lavender can do. And I'm here to tell you about a few of the things that you can do with lavender. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Before we get deep into what lavender can do for you and how you can use lavender in your magical practice and how it's been used in the past, let's go over some basic information about lavender, all right? Number one, this is considered a masculine plant. Now, there's a lot of you who are going to be very surprised at that because of the way it looks, the way it smells, and the way we've associated different traits with masculine and femininity. A lot of people assume that this is associated with the feminine energies of the world, but this is actually associated with the masculine energies of the world, all right? When it comes to the planet that rules lavender, that, my friends, is Mercury. We are actually currently, at the time that I am recording this, we are in the last Mercury retrograde of the year. I believe it's the last one of the year, all right? So lavender is a really good plant to carry around in your purses, to carry around in your pockets, to just have with you when you're working with and dealing with and getting through and surviving Mercury retrogrades, okay? Okay, and the element that lavender is associated with is air, all right? So, in regards to magic, why is it important to know those three things? The element, the gender, and the planet that it's associated with. If you're going to be doing some root working, if you're going to be doing some formulation making, if you're going to be doing some potion making, it's very important that you understand every ingredient that is going into your formulation, that is going into your magic making, and all of the energies that it's bringing with it, okay? So, for instance, for example, if you were going to do a love spell, or working with a love spell, and you wanted to attract, say, men, no matter what gender you are, but you want to attract men. You want to attract masculine of center beings. You want to attract men, okay? This is going to be a really good herb to add in to those formulation, because this not only aids in love work, but it carries a masculine energy, okay? So when you are doing root work, when you're doing magic with plants, when you're working with potions, when you're creating formulations, when you're creating spells, it is important that you know most, if not all, of what of the energies of every single ingredient you're bringing into your practice, you're bringing into you're working at that time, so you can account for all of the energies that are in your formulations, and then you can better predict what your formulation is going to do and how your formulation is going to work, okay? So now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about how this is commonly used. Lavender. It's not just for the witches. It's not just for the witches. This herb has long been serving the purposes of calming people down for hundreds of years, okay? Outside of magical practices, this lavender, this scent has been used in to calm people down. It has been used to attract people. We've tasted lavender in food, although if not worked the right way, it usually ends up tasting very planty and herby. I don't know. This is a very interesting flavor to work with. Too much of it goes too far. Too little of it doesn't do enough. Just the right amount is perfect, and that's a science to get to just the right amount. Lavender appears in cakes, it appears in desserts, it appears in drinks. We consume it, we breathe it in. They add the lavender scent to a lot of sprays, to a lot of perfumes. So lavender has got a household common purpose as well as a magic purpose. Let's talk about where you can find lavender. Now, there are some herbs that I talk about. There are some herbs that we utilize in our magical practices that you can literally just go to the grocery store and get a hold of some of these herbs in your spice aisle. However, lavender is something that I really don't see. Have I ever seen this in a grocery store? I've never seen lavender in the grocery store. Wait a minute, I have seen it in a natural grocery store that was more like natural, organic centered. I have seen loose lavender in like the tea section, but it's been years actually since I've seen it in the grocery store. For the most part, you're gonna go to see an herbalist, you're going to go to an apothecary or a botanica to get your hands on some lavender. You can also order it too, but I say use caution when you're ordering, and use divine on it and use your spirit, because you can't order everything from everybody online. You can't order everything from everybody online. You can't even buy everything from people in person, okay? So just use your spirit, divine on that, to figure out if you're getting it from a good place, if your spirit feels good about getting it from that place, okay? But for the most part, you're gonna go to herbalists, you're gonna go to botanicas, you're gonna go to apothecaries to get your hands on some lavender. Let's get into some of lavender's powers. You need help with love? Lavender can help with that. You looking for a little protection work? Lavender can help with that. You trying to do some sleeping? Lavender can help with that. You're looking for a little longevity work or chastity work? Baby, let me tell you that lavender can help you with all of that. Do you need to purify a space? Are you looking for a little bit of peace in a space? Lavender can help with that. And of course, are you looking to attract and bring in happiness? Lavender, say it with me now, can help with that. Let's talk about lavender when it comes to love workings, okay? So how do you use lavender in your magic workings in regards to love? Well, there's a few ways that it has been used in the past. Number one, it's been worn. So if you don't have lavender perfume, crushing up lavender to release the smells and then rubbing it on your clothes, rubbing it on your body. Remember in the beginning I said, that lavender carries a masculine energy. Back in the day, the ladies of the night would use lavender in order to, number one, advertise about what it is that they're doing, and number two, to make themselves smell good. But most importantly, number three, to attract men. All right, so simply wearing it. Now here's the thing, when you are using any herb, when you are using any type of root in a working, you need to make sure that you sit with it, you commune with it, and you tell it what to do. Earlier we said that this is for protection, it's for happiness, it's for calm, it's for love, it's for longevity, it's for purification, it's for cleansing, it's for a bunch of things, okay? So when you are working with an herb and you want to use it for a direct purpose, and you know this herb is associated with that purpose, but you know the herb probably has other purposes that it serves as well, you want to make sure you activate the purpose in the herb that you are wanting to capitalize on. All right, back to the love working and how people have used it. They have also put it in their pockets. They have put it in, they've rubbed it in their pockets, they've carried it in sachets in order to attract love, in order to attract protection as well, because we did say lavender is good for protection. In regards to love workings, people have added it to their candles. I have definitely created formulations and burned them on my candles. You can burn it, you can actually burn lavender, so burning it to attract love into your home, or burning it before a lover comes over. You can, did I say sachets already? Yes. Smearing, crushing up the herb and smearing it on your grimoire or on your paper that you're going to use to write a love spell or write a love note. If you're going to write a love note to a loved one or a potential loved one, making sure that you have the scent of lavender on that as well to help aid in your love workings. Let's talk purification. Lavender is an herb that you can add to your spiritual baths in order to purify, to cleanse yourself, to cleanse your aura, to cleanse your spirit. Lavender is something that you can add to your floor washes as well. This is going to help promote protection in your home, but it's also going to help promote happiness, longevity, and just chill vibes in your home, okay? Boiling it as well if you want to get those aromatics into the air, so you can purify the air by boiling it. You can also purify and cleanse your home by burning it as well. So a lot of people, and I have an entire video about how sage and sweetgrass are in fact closed practices. They are part of closed practices. You can look into the magic playlist and get that video if you want to. Sage and sweetgrass are not the only ways to purify your home. Burning things are actually not the only way to purify your home. That's one way of purifying your home. So if you want to purify your home, if you want to rid it of negativity, of negative energy, you're going to get some charcoal and dump. You can crush it a bit. I like to crush it a little bit in order to, especially with lavender, excuse me, I feel like crushing it really releases the essence of it, and it releases, you know, the fragrant everything. So the fragrance of it, the fragrant everything, the fragrance. So you can burn lavender. If you have nothing else to burn to purify, cleanse your home, you can burn lavender in order to cleanse your house, your home, your person, your all of that. You can also boil it like I said, with other herbs or just by itself, and let that energy purify and cleanse the home. You can take the boiled water after it's come to a boil and it's released. You've had it in there for, you know, a couple minutes, like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then just take it around your home and waft the essence and the fumes all around your home in order to clean your home, okay? Be careful if you do that. Be careful. That's a hot pot. Be careful. One of the quickest, easiest, and fastest ways to utilize the energies of lavender is simply by wearing it, putting it into a sachet, adding it into mojo bags, putting it into jewelry pieces. Just absolutely just wearing it itself is a powerful protection energy to have around you. So just wearing it. Again, bless it, pray over it, divine over it, activate the protection energies in the lavender, tell and call forth the protection energies of the lavender, but just wearing it is a good way to get and to utilize the protective aspects of it, actually all aspects of it, the love aspect of it, the purification aspect of it, but wearing it is a good place to do that. Sleeping with it under your pillow promotes happiness, promotes a good dream state. I know some people use lavender in order to divine with their dreams, or to make wishes with their dreams, or to manifest with their dreams. Some people use it for that. Some people put lavender in pillows in order to help combat night terrors, in order to help combat nightmares and things of that nature. So just sleeping in it, sleeping on top of it. Some people scatter it around the house, like put it in the corners of the house in order to promote peace and prosperity. If I'm gonna do a floor sweep, again, sweeping the floor is actually one of my traditions. The sweeping of the floor and sweeping things out of the doors is one way to cleanse and purify a space. So you can add to that by crushing up dried, or actually I wouldn't crush this up. I wouldn't crush this up simply because it stains. I have hardwood floors, so I don't really worry about that too much. But if you have, if you're gonna do this on carpet, don't crush it up, because it does have that purple, bluish, indigo hue to it, and you will stain things, okay? So if you have hardwood floors, or if you have like bright white floors, I wouldn't recommend crushing this up, but maybe you can just sprinkle it all over your floors, pray over it, let it sit for a second, and then sweep that out of the door, okay? Like sweep it out of the front door, sweep it out of the back door, but sweep it out of your house to get rid of the negativity, all right? So, yeah, you can put it in your bath, you can use it as a wall wash. Again, this does stain, all right? This does stain. So if you have white walls, like I don't use it on my white paint walls because it would be stained indigo or purple or anything like that. But if you have a wall that is already purple or black or indigo or blue, get at it, go at it. Go ahead and get your little wall wash on, okay, to protect your house and to promote love, okay? This is something if you are drinking it or consuming it. So I'm actually a big fan of lavender tea. So if you have a cup of lavender tea, before you drink the lavender tea, literally just like I said, activate the energies in there, activate the protection energy, the love energy, the calmness energy, whatever it is that you're looking for, that the purification energy, activate it and pray over it, divine over it, and then consume it. So eating lavender, drinking lavender, adding it into your desserts, adding it into your potions is another way to utilize lavender and all its powers. Let's talk about how I like to use lavender. I find that I use lavender most in my spiritual bath formulations. I use it a lot with candle magic. I do burn it from time to time. I do like to burn it. That smell doesn't bother me as much. Some herbs, like you burn them and they don't smell the greatest, but it does a job. It does a job. It cleanses the space, it gets the spirits out, it does whatever, but it does not smell the greatest. Lavender actually does smell good to me. It absolutely still, it maintains the smell. Sometimes I find that herbs, when you burn them, it changes everything about them, of course, because it's the alchemy of fire. So the way that they smell without being burned is not necessarily the way that they smell when they're being burned. But I do appreciate lavender because it does smell like lavender, in my opinion, when you burn it. It does smell slightly different, but it does smell like lavender when you burn it. So I use it the most, the most for spiritual baths and formulations. I use it the most for candle formulations. I burn it. And you know something, I'm more than likely gonna use it the next time I do I need to like sweep and mop my floors like in the next week. So I probably am going to use this with basil. I really like to use basil as a floor wash. After I sweep and mop, I like to do just a regular, you know, floor wash in order to shift the energy, clean the energy, keep the negativity out to ground my house. So I'm more than likely going to use this next time along with basil. Basil's my go-to when I do floor washes because it brings in that heavy protection. But I believe I've been inspired by this video to use lavender next time. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a basil and lavender floor wash to get the energy in this house all the way together, baby. All the way together. And that's that on protection. And that's that on love. And that's that on lavender. If you made it to the end of this video, gold star for you. Actually, purple star for you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your time and attention. Spending that with me, that is valuable currency, and I appreciate every ounce of it that you give to me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this video has enlightened you, helped you, and encouraged you to work with lavender a lot more in your everyday living and in your magical practice. All right? Let me know in the comments what's your favorite magical and or non-magical way to incorporate and infuse lavender into your life. I love a good lavender tea. Let me tell you, y'all already know how I like to use it in my magical life, but I love me a good lavender tea. What do you like to use lavender for? In the meantime, between time, we have reached the end of our video, and I want to tell you, just in case nobody has told you today, you are valuable, you are beautiful, and you are so very divine. All right, y'all, you know the deal, you know the drill, you know what time it is. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling this, if you are feeling me, hit that like button, baby. Hit that subscribe button, darling. And hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with all the shenanigans and happenings and goodness and wild things and all the goings-ons. We get random over here. We talk about a lot of magic. We talk about some politics. I definitely talk about being an extra Jehovah's Witness. I talk about whatever the hell I feel like. So stay tuned for our next adventure. And on that note, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.